The new Steam Deck OLED boasts a far more impressive screen that supports a higher refresh rate. This can make colours come through much more vividly. The battery lasts a fair bit longer too, and there's better storage options to choose from. Obviously, the OLED screen is the headline here. OLED technology is superior to LCD screens. It's capable of replicating true black colours by deactivating individual pixels. The results are a significantly improved contrast level, with brighter colours really popping out against pitch black backgrounds. This new model runs cooler and quieter. It looks slightly more subtle, but what are the many other hidden differences? The original CPU was an AMD Zen 2 at 7nm. We now have a smaller and cooler, more advanced 6nm version of the same CPU. The GPU was an AMD APU RDNA 2 at 7nm, but we also now have a smaller, cooler 6nm version. The RAM has been upgraded from a 16GB DDR5 running at 5500 MHz to DDR5 running at 6400 MHz. The internal storage is increased from a 256GB SSD to either a half terabyte or a full 1TB SSD. Also note that the 1TB comes with an anti-glare etched glass screen and an extra second, smaller carry case that sits inside the main carry case. The OLED panel increases the peak brightness to 1000 nits and improves the display's vibrancy. Valve claims the OLED panel is able to reach 600 nits with SDR content and 1000 nits with HDR content. The original Steam Deck is limited to a 400 nit maximum brightness. The maximum refresh rate has also been boosted from 60Hz to 90Hz, resulting in smoother on-screen motion when gaming performance demands it. Valve has improved the touchscreen's polling rate to 180Hz, improving the latency and accuracy of your swipes and prods. The display is slightly larger too, increasing from 7 inches to 7.4 inches. Remember, that's measured on a diagonal, so the screen now is not only clearer for smaller details, it also has thinner bezels for better aesthetics. Steam Deck OLED offers a 30 to 50% longer battery life. Some tests have even shown 100% improvement depending on the application. This is a huge benefit given it's a portable handheld computer. In ideal circumstances, the Steam Deck can run for up to 12 hours, which is way beyond what you'd expect to achieve. It's absolutely class leading. Valve has traded out the dual-band Wi-Fi 5 radio for a tri-band Wi-Fi 6E radio that operates on the 2.5 GHz, 5 GHz and 6 GHz bandwidth. That means better connectivity and faster download speeds. It's up to 3 times faster for downloading your new games. Also, uprating the Bluetooth from 5.0 to 5.3 is a nice touch and allows a more up-to-date, stable and far-reaching Bluetooth experience. It's lighter too, now 640 grams compared to 679 grams. That's 5% lighter. When you hold it for extended periods, it will make a difference. Thanks to a bigger fan and uprated internal thermals, Steam Deck OLED runs cooler and quieter too. I've never heard the sound of the OLED's cooling fan when gaming. On the thermal side, the smaller APUs and removal of the LCD backlight allow for better airflow throughout the console. OLED screens also typically generate less heat than LCD screens too. As far as controls go, we have exactly the same button layout as before, but with improved grips on the joysticks and enhanced stronger haptic feedback on the top shoulder buttons. This results in big improvements to the haptics and the precision of the trackpads. Sound-wise, we get improved speaker quality with more bass. You can literally feel it rumbling nicely through the unit. The speakers seem louder than the previous model and clearer at high volumes. The power supply now has a 2.5 meter cable as opposed to a 1.5 meter cable, just purely for convenience. For the final changes, we note some smart modern colour tweaks which add to the appeal of the new model. Now, the white thumbstick stalks have been replaced with black ones, and there's softer whites on the buttons. This adds a further degree of class to an already beautiful and classic design. So, final thoughts. The original Steam Deck was already a favourite handheld PC due to its affordable price, but the Steam Deck OLED helps to fix many of its minor flaws to cement it as the king of all the portables. The increased cost does, however, put the OLED in the same price range as the Asus ROG and other more powerful systems. But, thanks to its class-leading screen and immense battery life, as well as a far more intuitive and reliable software experience, I still think the Steam Deck has the edge. It's far more of a pick-up-and-play console-like experience, which is exactly what Valve were aiming for. Did you know of all these improvements, and have you spotted any others? Let us know in the comments.